Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our Planets Through Ascendant series. And this week we're going to be covering our video of Sun in the 8th house in the sign of Gemini for Scorpio ascendant people. And what happens when Sun is in the 8th house in the sign of Gemini for Scorpio rising, while Sun itself rules the 10th house with the sign of Leo. Because now we're doing two different things. We're like, or no, we're not doing two different things. We're not like talking about Sun just in the 8th house or Sun just in the sign of Gemini. We're combining these two things together. And now Sun also rules a certain house, the 10th house. So what does all this mean? And as always, if you do not know where your Sun is, if it's in the 8th house, all your other astrological details, you know, your destiny point, the new dasha that I talked about. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations and reading at this link. So yeah, the last video that I made just today in the morning called The Secret New Dasha, that Padmadhamsa Dasha, is now available on the page 32 of my report. So you can now see through Navamsha how things are happening. So let's just talk about our Sun video though. So 10th house of Scorpio, which is ruled by Sun with the sign of Leo, represents career, work environment, authorities, government, fame, reputation. It's your karmas. It's the exertation of your karmas, your actions into the world. That's what really the 10th house is. It's not necessarily the career, because 10th house doesn't really show the career. It is the actions you perform for that particular career. Now, Lord of that Sun, which represents father, government, soul, personality, ego, self-esteem, is now in the 8th house. Well, what is the 8th house? 8th house represents occult, mysticism, sorcery, hidden knowledge, insurance, inheritance, wills and estates, taxes, you know, surgeries, life and death scenarios, joint assets, in-laws, other people's assets. So that's what 8th house is. Now, the sign of Gemini is also in the 8th house where Sun is sitting. Gemini represents information, exchange of information, writing, journalism, transportation, short distance travels. So what this shows us, first of all, is that your work environment, the 10th house, which is your work environment will always require you to work behind the scenes where other people cannot see you working. And you're going to be doing a lot of research, investigation, digging deep for information, collecting information which is hidden. Or your career will require you to do a lot of sudden travels. Deal with sudden emergencies of travel. Kind of like I had this person a while back. I think either they were Scorpio or Virgo ascendant. I think they were Scorpio, where Sun was in the 8th house. And they were actually EMT drivers, emergency vehicle drivers. So, you know, it kind of like just makes sense as to why it would happen, because they were doing all of these short distance travel. And Sun represents government, so it was a government job. You know, I've seen people who do a lot of analytics work with this type of a position. Meaning, work where they're trying to find the psyche of people. The psychological, not the psychological pattern, but psyche pattern. Meaning, like they're trying to figure out why is it that all these bunch of people bought the product of this company when they advertised it with this model. But when they advertised it with this model, very little sales came in. Why did that happen? Those are analytics now, and now obviously this is one of the hottest jobs now. Like figuring out the psyche, okay, these people are buying most of our products on this particular day between this time. Yet, during the rest of the day, they're not buying as much, but only time they do it is there. Why is that? How do we increase that? That's the 8th house thing, because you're trying to understand the psychological patterns of people. You're trying to dig deep into their hidden secrecy of what makes them tick, what makes them work, what makes them buy a certain product. So this soul, the person with this type of a Sun, is very curious about these things. And you got to remember one thing: wherever Sun is in your horoscope, it's where the light will be in the chart. So if you saw this dark chart and you saw this little lamp lit, this little lamp is going to be the sun, which shows where you find your light, your comfort, where do you feel like you belong. This person always feels like, I don't want to be out there getting all the fame, getting all the name. I want to be working behind the scenes. I want to be doing things that requires me to deal with life and death scenarios, that requires me to, deal with understanding of other people's hidden secrets, the information of that. But what also happens with these people, their career can get a sudden fame. Like suddenly they did do something there with their work behind the scenes that now everybody knows about it and everybody's coming after them. The news channel's coming after them, media's coming after them. So what happens is then they get that fame, but they're not the people who like to be out there. Hey, look at me. I'm famous. I'm the person that you should be looking at. They're like, no. Let me just do the work. Whatever fame I get, I get. So they're actually quite humble people. And naturally, growing up, these people would be very introverted. These people would be very much to themselves. Because the thing is, naturally for them to come out, to say something, to announce something, there's this natural fear. And the fear is that if I say something, if I try to express myself, you may not like it. You may all rebel against me. And I don't want to do that because I'm going to get hurt. Because my heart is very sensitive. It's in the 8th house. Because remember, 8th house is still that malefic house that does a lot of sudden things. So here, these people have like sudden job changes. And especially with this position of sun or any planet, it's always best to pick career that have small projects, where a lot of changes happen. Like an actor who does one movie, boom, moves to a completely new movie, new set, new director, new crew members, new actresses, or new actor, and then they move different. When you do that, this energy really helps you. But if you want to stick to like a normal job with this position, as soon as you get comfortable, boom, you're let go, you're fired, you're, given a pink slip. But if you go with the energy of the 8th house, where change happens, transformation happens, that, okay, I need a career with just changes are happening, different projects are coming, that's where that recycle keeps going. It'll keep giving you. And obviously, naturally, these people will be greatly interested in hidden information like occult, mysticism, astrology, numerology. But mainly, especially, these particular people can make great writers of hidden knowledge, analytics, people who try to understand the patterns of, the economy, the patterns of, the social media nowadays. Because especially Gemini represents social media, quick communication. I am on a toilet seat eating a hot dog, having a pizza, and also watching KRSchannel. And I just passed gas, big time. You see that small little, that's 8th house, that's Gemini type communication. So, just gotta take that in. But anyway, guys, I'm crazy, I know that. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your sun is placed. And also remember, sun, which represents the father. Your father is the type of person who works behind the scenes, perhaps deal with government gains like taxes, works in a tax office. Your father might himself be like emergency doctor. But father is the type of person who always keeps things within himself, has a lot of secrets to deal with. And that person may have secrets with the father that they may not share with other people. And this also shows your authoritative people. People that you meet in your work who have the authority, they will somehow contribute to your joint assets. Meaning they may help you to get a raise. So you yourself can contribute to your joint assets. Okay? So anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your sun is placed, all the other astrological details, my books, reports, consultation, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.